Hart broke your stand-up box office record.
What record did he break?
He said he broke some record of your box office sales for stand-up.
I don't know. What did he break?
15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. See, I seen your stuff on social media, boy, I know what you do, but you do it for play.
The world of comedy is known for its fierce competition, larger-than-life egos, and intricate rivalries. But there's one secret that even the most hardcore comedy fans didn't know. Eddie Murphy, a legend in his own right, just revealed a bombshell. Kevin Hart, the king of mainstream comedy, has a genuine fear of one man, Katt Williams. That's right, the comedian who has made billions off his charming, relatable humor and motivational speeches is apparently scared of a fellow comedian who thrives on unpredictability, chaos, and deep, raw, unapologetic truth.
When are we, or are we ever going to see you on stage again doing stand-up?
I'm going to do it again because I got to break Kevin's new record. I got to get back on the stage because this new record that Kevin got, I got to have it back.
What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
But what could cause someone like Kevin Hart, a comedian who's nearly built a comedy empire, to be afraid of someone like Katt Williams? The answer might shock you. During a sit-down with a popular talk show host, Eddie dropped the truth bomb that no one saw coming. Kevin Hart is scared of Katt Williams. There's no other way to put it. Katt's too real, too unpredictable, and that's what makes him a force. And just like that, the internet broke. Fans, celebrities, and even the most die-hard comedy fans were left questioning the true nature of Kevin and Katt's relationship. What's really going on behind the scenes? And why is Katt Williams still a force that even the mighty Kevin Hart can't fully reckon with? To truly understand why Eddie's words hit so hard, we need to go back to the roots of the rivalry. Comedy isn't just about telling jokes. It's about personas, timing, and most importantly, control. In a world filled with larger-than-life personalities, two of the biggest names in Hollywood comedy stand at the top, Kevin Hart and Katt Williams. Yet, they couldn't be more different. Kevin Hart has mastered the art of mainstream success. His style is relatable, often clean, and universally acceptable, appealing to nearly every demographic in the world. From his box office hits to his stand-up specials, Kevin Hart has become synonymous with family-friendly comedy. He's the man you bring into your living room, your friend, your confidant, your mentor. Kevin knows how to play the game. He knows how to build a legacy, brick by brick, with hard work and strategic decision-making. Katt Williams, on the other hand, is a different breed entirely. His comedy isn't clean. It's raw, real, and brutally honest. His rants on stage are legendary, with deep philosophical musings on life, race, and society that often make the audience squirm in their seats. Katt's unpredictability is his power, and he has an uncanny ability to be both hilarious and profound at the same time. While Kevin's career has been meticulously planned, Katt's has been marked by an unpredictable, at times chaotic, series of events that have alternated between genius and controversy. And in the world of comedy, that unpredictability is both revered and feared. Katt Williams doesn't follow the rules of Hollywood. He is the rule breaker. It didn't take long for these two powerhouses to collide. The first time Kevin and Katt met, it was under the bright lights of Hollywood, where Katt was already a seasoned comedy vet, and Kevin was just trying to carve out his name. Back then, Katt had the industry on lock. His stand-up specials were a cultural phenomenon, and his reputation as one of the most unfiltered voices in comedy was solidified. Meanwhile, Kevin was just beginning to find his voice, still trying to break into the comedy elite. But as Kevin's star rose, Katt's career began to falter. Rumors of erratic behavior, personal struggles, and clashes with the industry began to emerge, overshadowing his immense talent. For Kevin, who had worked hard to build a clean, accessible brand, Katt represented everything he didn't want to be: unpredictable, controversial, and untouchable in all the wrong ways. And yet, Kevin never seemed to back away from Katt, publicly, at least. He continued to make light-hearted jabs about Katt's eccentric behavior, joking in interviews about the wildcard that was Katt Williams. But as Eddie Murphy revealed, Kevin's reaction wasn't just one of amusement. There was fear there, too. Fear of being associated with someone who refused to play by the rules. Fear of the kind of energy Katt brought to the table. Fear that Katt's unpredictable nature might overshadow Kevin's carefully constructed image. It was Eddie Murphy, a comedy legend in his own right, who finally opened the door to the truth. During an interview with a prominent late-night host, Eddie casually dropped the bombshell that everyone had been wondering about. Kevin Hart is scared of Katt Williams. The guy is a force. You don't know what he's going to do next, and that's what makes him dangerous. Eddie said it so casually, almost as though it was a well-known fact, but the implications of those words were anything but casual. For years, the industry has speculated about the dynamic between Kevin and Katt, but Eddie's revelation took things to another level. According to Eddie, it wasn't just about Kevin avoiding confrontation with Katt, it was about Kevin's underlying fear of Katt's power to disrupt everything he had worked for. Eddie described Katt as a force of nature, someone who doesn't care about what the public thinks and has no filter, no boundaries. And that, according to Eddie, is exactly why Kevin had always kept his distance. Katt Williams has always been unpredictable. Whether he's on stage delivering one of his infamous rants or getting into heated altercations with reporters, Katt never holds back. His energy is electric. It's as if he thrives on chaos. And it's that very chaos that has made him a threat to even the most established comedians. Kevin Hart, in contrast, has always been about control. From his clean jokes to his perfectly crafted public persona, Kevin's career is built on maintaining a level of predictability. He knows exactly what he's doing at all times, and that's part of what makes him so successful. But when Katt enters the picture, that predictability is thrown out the window. Kevin doesn't know what Katt will do next, and that lack of control is something Kevin simply cannot handle. This fear of losing control, of having his reputation tainted by someone else's unpredictability, is what Eddie was getting at. For Kevin, there's a fine line between playing it safe and getting dragged into Katt's unpredictable world. And as Eddie pointed out, Katt doesn't care about rules, about public opinion, or about how others perceive him. He's free to say and do whatever he wants, and it's that freedom that makes him so powerful and, in Kevin's eyes, so dangerous. The rivalry between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams has always been talked about in the industry, but no one ever thought it would come to a head in the way it did. Eddie's revelation about Kevin's fear of Katt raises the question, what if they were ever to face off in a true comedy battle? It's easy to imagine the two comedians on stage together, Katt, unfiltered and raw, making the audience uncomfortable yet entertained. Kevin, charming, calculated, and always playing to the crowd's expectations. The contrast would be electric, but would Kevin be able to hold his own against Katt's unpredictability? Or would Katt's raw honesty completely eclipse Kevin's carefully honed comedic style? What many don't realize is that the animosity between Kevin and Katt runs deeper than just professional jealousy. Sources close to both comedians say that it's rooted in personal issues. Kevin has always been someone who plays by the book, while Katt's offstage behavior has always been anything but predictable. Katt's struggles with the law, his public breakdowns, and his chaotic lifestyle only add to the tension. Kevin, who has worked hard to present himself as the model for success, feels threatened by someone who refuses to conform to Hollywood standards. But it's not just about ego. For Kevin, it's about survival in an industry that values stability and reliability. Katt Williams, on the other hand, has never cared about fitting into the mold. And that, more than anything, is what makes him a threat to Kevin's carefully crafted image. As expected, once Eddie's comments hit the internet, the fans started chiming in. #Katt vs Kevin started trending, and the debate was on. Some fans rallied behind Katt, praising him for his unapologetic approach to comedy and his ability to stay true to himself, no matter the consequences. Others supported Kevin, arguing that his success was a result of his hard work and commitment to playing by the rules. For many fans, the rivalry was clear. It was the safe, controlled comedy of Kevin versus the raw, unpredictable energy of Katt. And for some, it was hard to choose who they sided with. Katt was wild, untamed, and fascinating, but Kevin was the consistent, reliable star they had come to love. As the internet explodes with reactions to Eddie's revelation, the question remains, what's next for Kevin and Katt? Will they ever face off on stage? Will Katt continue to disrupt the comedy world with his unpredictable behavior, or will Kevin continue to reign as the king of mainstream comedy? One thing is for sure, the comedy world is far from boring, and the rivalry between these two icons is only heating up. But whether it leads to a confrontation, a reconciliation, or more public feuding, that's something only time will tell. What do you think? Is Kevin Hart really scared of Katt Williams? Or is this just Eddie Murphy's way of teasing a rivalry that doesn't really exist? Who do you think would win in a comedy battle, Kevin's charm or Katt's chaos? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe, because when these two finally face off, you won't want to miss it. We'll be right here breaking down the drama every step of the way. Comedy is all about power, control, and the ability to make people laugh. But sometimes, the real comedy comes from the battles between the legends. And when Kevin and Katt finally clash, you'll want a front row seat.